joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. A little bit emotional when I watched that.
Really? Why?
Just because of the hard work that went into that particular scene. It's a long road to get to that and to look like that.
We'll do this slightly out of order then, because we'll talk about where you came from and how it started in just a moment. Let's start with that scene.
Yeah.
It is an iconic scene from Casino Royale.
Yeah.
And so you said the first time you met Daniel Craig, he had a bacon sandwich in one hand and a roll-up in the other.
Yes, he did.
So how did you get from that moment to that moment, and what was that moment like?
With a lot of hard work, and the first week we were in Washington, and the first thing he kind of said to me is make yourself at home and relax. I'll see you in a week. And so he went off for a week and did something else he was doing in LA. So I was stuck in Washington on my own for, what am I going to do now? And then we started the process, and we went out for dinner, and we sat there, and he broke down what he would look like. There's two sides of it, the aesthetic side and there's the athletic side. So he's got to be able to perform as well as look amazing as well. And he had a very firm vision of what he wanted to do and how he wanted to make the character physically strong as well as mentally strong, but also evolve it through 5 movies. So it wasn't just that particular shot. He wanted to evolve the character. He had a firm vision of what he wanted to do. Wow. And he entrusted me to say, I don't really want a trainer, I want a training partner, so let's do this together. So his pain was my pain. Yeah. And we went on a really long journey for 16 years.
So filming on that beach for that movie and that iconic scene, which I know that people, many actors come to you and say, that's what I want to look like, that's the end result I want. What nobody knew on the crew, nobody knew what he looked like underneath his bathrobe.
No, and we kept it quite, I like to keep it quite secret. So it was going to be a big reveal.
Wow. And
that was what was kind of interesting about it. And things go wrong on the day, like you know, like there was clouds. So we're going to be running half an hour behind, and then and I'd got him in, so his physique was there, and it had to look like that within hours. So I've done a little bit of like a bit of carb depletion and a little bit of water manipulation. So it really does look absolutely perfect for that particular scene, but it can all dissipate within hours sometimes.
Oh, really?
A little bit, yeah.
So you're down to the wire with it,
So you're down to the wire, and then because it was in water, a bulb blew, and then he came out in his kind of in his robe, and the producer was there, Barbara, and no one had seen what he looked like really, and he took his robe off, and then there was just complete silence. And
what did Barbara Broccoli say?
And Barbara was like, "Oh, you're very clever, aren't you?"
To you? To me.
Right. And but a little bit more kind of fruity than that.
So, I can imagine. So talk to me about, so you met him in Washington, and then fast forward to that scene, the incredible scene. I mean, that's all you need on your CV, basically, because it's incredible work. What is the time frame between meeting and that moment? Probably about 7 to 8 months to look like that. Right. But that was, he was a lot younger then. And then as we've gone through each movie, it progressively takes a little bit longer because of age. Yeah. Right. So your age is a big factor. So you're just slowing down a little bit.
You used a word when I was reading about it this morning, compliant, that Daniel is compliant. Yes. I mean, essentially that means he's just going to do what he's told.
Yes, which is great from my perspective, but it's not always like that.
So when isn't it like that, and what do you do? Because you've worked with all sorts of actors.
Yeah, I've had all sorts of actors, and I have to manage expectation. That's the biggest thing. From Captain America, where I've been put in a room with models and people, the director ordering a particular physique. I'd like a 38-inch chest, and I really like the six-pack with the obliques, and I really like the 20. So we'll put, as if it's pick and mix. Yeah. And I have to be, look, I'll give you 100% of his genetic capability.
So Avatar and also Clash of the Titans, Sam Worthington?
Oh. But Sam was one of those classic people that he didn't really want to do it, and he was basically he was my favourite person to sit in with an interview, and I asked him the usual questions what I would ask like somebody that wants to perform a particular way. So I said to Sam, so what's your normal routine? Now I'm probably going to do a really bad Australian accent now, and he's like, Well, mate, yeah, so basically arms 3 times a week. Just do the arms 3 times a week. And I'm thinking, oh, God, 6-month job, arms 3 times a week. And what's your go-to kind of like nutrition? Like what you're really into, what foods, what your likes and your dislikes? Cheese on toast, mate, basically, 3 times a day. I'm thinking...
Not quite compliant, is it?
Yeah.
Arms 3 times a week, cheese on toast 3 times a day.
That's my dream workout regime.
So, and that's to do a big, big movie as well, with lots of stunts, lots of performance, lots of aesthetic. But again, you manage it, and we got through it, and great movie, did really, really well, and that was his thing. So it's about, like in the book, it's about kind of like going on your own journey. That's what suited him.
Well, you obviously you must be paid a fortune. I mean, you're getting these actors, sort of, top of their game actors, are ready for screens shots like that scene on the beach, and that's very specific. They've got the company, have got the money to pay for the food and the time and the.
Yes.
You know, how on earth, if you are sitting on your sofa now, and the amount of times we've said, right, OK, well, if you don't have the weights, then you can use a couple of cans of beans or something like that. Is it even remotely possible for us to look anything like that?
Well, I don't know if you'd want to look exactly like that. Number one, genetically, you can't. So,
well, I'm not far off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty do.
So you have to go on your own journey. It's your own particular journey. And these, where I've I've fused film and fitness together to give inspiring stories. And I think that's what's the most important thing. Be inspired by these people.
Yeah.
Don't try and emulate them too much, because you can't be that. Now, having said that, they're surrounded by all these kind of like people, yes. It used to be the entourage, and it's that all that, but now it's more of a necessity. They have to have that, because the film companies now want them to do all their own stunts. It's incredibly athletic. The hours, like you know, are incredibly hardcore. It's 6-day weeks, starting at 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, and it's graft all the time. So you've got to be fit to complete the movie, not just look great in it. You have to not get ill, try not to get injured, have as much energy as possible, and also as well, the biggest thing as well is look after your the mental side.
The lifestyle of it all.
Completely.
Yeah.
Assuming you're not Sam Worthington and you're just going to go for cheese on toast, how important is diet?
It's incredibly important, but I think if you live with parameters rather than real strict meal plans, it's a lot easier. And I came up with a theory of where I would have kind of, it'd be vegan Monday, and we'd have vegetarian Tuesday, pescatarian Wednesday. The best day was Friday, because it was Red Meat Friday, and people, like their Red Meat Friday. The weekends, do what you like. And I just provided a system with parameters rather than hard and fast rules, because it's so hard to stick to with hard and fast rules.
And it's overwhelming, isn't it?
Completely.
You set yourself for too much at once.
And you're just setting yourself up for failure. And when you set yourself up for a little bit of failure, you end up doing nothing. So just, be kind to yourself. That's my big thing.
Yeah.
Be really kind to yourself.
Thank you, Simon. Well, this is the book. This is what we and without Simon, I wouldn't have made it through 15 years of playing Bond, says Daniel Craig.
It doesn't get much better than that, does it?
And that's the book that we're talking about. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.